Chapter 1. The Empty Chair. The city lights sparkled outside the tall glass windows of the Magnolia, one of the most elegant restaurants in town. Elena Brooks, a 28-year-old graphic designer, nervously adjusted her dress and looked at the clock. 7:15 p.m. He was only 15 minutes late. She told herself to stay calm. Maybe there was traffic. Maybe he had a good reason. After all, her best friend Clara had set her up for this blind date, saying, "He's perfect for you, Lena. Charming, successful, kind." But as the minutes ticked by, hope began to fade. At 7:45, the waiter came over again. "Would you like to order something to drink while you wait, ma'am?" Elena smiled awkwardly. Maybe just water. She scrolled through her phone again. No messages. The last text she'd sent still said, "I'm at the restaurant, smile, see you soon." Around her, couples laughed, glasses clinked, and music played softly. Every sound made her loneliness echo louder. She kept pretending she was fine, smiling faintly at the waiter, fixing her hair, trying not to look desperate. But her eyes betrayed her, a mix of embarrassment and heartbreak. At another table, a man in his mid-30s observed quietly. Alexander Reed, the restaurant's most discreet regular, a billionaire entrepreneur known for his quiet presence and unshakable calm. He was dressed in a sharp black suit, eating alone as usual, until he noticed her. He'd seen that look before, the quiet humiliation of someone who gave too much of her heart to the wrong person. When the clock struck 8:10, Elena's phone buzzed. Finally. It was a message. From him. Just 2 words. "Can't make it. No, sorry. No reason." Just a message that shattered her evening. Elena's lips trembled as she put her phone down. The world felt like it had stopped spinning. She forced herself to smile, whispered, "It's okay," to no one, and stood up to leave. But her heel got caught under the chair, and she stumbled slightly. That's when a deep, calm voice spoke behind her. "Are you okay?" She turned. It was Alexander. His tone wasn't pitying. It was sincere, steady, respectful. "I'm fine," she said quickly, brushing off her embarrassment. "Just a bad night." He smiled softly. "Then maybe it's time to change it." Before she could respond, he nodded toward her empty chair. "Sit back down. You shouldn't have to end your night because someone else didn't see your worth." Elena blinked, confused. "I can't just." "I'm not asking for a date," he interrupted gently. "Just dinner. With a friend who knows how it feels to eat alone." Something about his voice disarmed her. Calm, confident, not charming in the fake way she was used to. Against her usual instincts, she sat down. They talked. About work, books, life, family. He listened. Really listened. And for the first time in months, Elena laughed. Genuinely laughed. What she didn't know was that Alexander had once been the one waiting at an empty table too. Chapter 2. You Deserve Better. As the night deepened, the restaurant grew quieter. They had finished dessert, yet neither wanted to leave. "So, you really own a tech company?" Elena asked. Alexander nodded. "Started it in my garage with a laptop and a lot of coffee." She laughed. "That sounds normal. Until you realize you're sitting here in a $10,000 suit." He smiled. "You'd be surprised how little that matters." Her eyes softened. "You seem lonely," she said quietly. He hesitated, then nodded. "Sometimes success can be the loudest kind of silence." They sat in comfortable quiet for a moment. Then the waiter came by with a gentle smile. "Sir, would you like me to bring the bill?" Alexander nodded. But before he could speak, Elena stopped him. No. Please. Let me pay for mine. You already saved my night. He looked at her. Not with arrogance, but with respect. Elena, you deserve better than being left behind, or paying for someone else's mistake. Let this be my treat. Not out of pity, but out of admiration. Her heart softened. Those words, you deserve better, struck her deeper than she expected. When they finally stood up to leave, he handed her a small card. If you ever want to talk, as a friend, call me. She smiled and nodded. Thank you, Alexander, for everything. He smiled back. No, thank you for reminding me that kindness still matters. Days turned into weeks. Elena went back to her life. Working, healing, rediscovering herself. She didn't expect to hear from him again. But one evening, while returning from work, she found a note slipped under her apartment door. It was written in elegant handwriting. Dinner this Friday. Same restaurant. Not as strangers this time. A.R. She smiled through tears. Not because it was romantic, but because it felt right. Rose closing message for viewers. Never chase those who can't see your worth. Sometimes life lets the wrong people walk away, so the right ones can find their way in. Being alone doesn't mean you're unworthy. It means your story isn't finished yet.